Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today, my guest is none other than Chanda Rigby, who is on Cloud 9. We're glad you joined us here from your visit on Cloud 9 from winning the Sun Belt Conference Championship this weekend. First off, congratulations.
Thank you so much. We're so thankful for all the success we've had since I was here last.
And you know, we last time you sat here, we talked about where you wanted to be in the season and how you wanted to play it, and you played your game. Things went well. There were some ups and some downs, including a nasty, losing streak in the middle of it.
Yes.
But to come out and win the conference championship, I know it's got to be an exciting feeling.
It's amazing. I would say it's once in a lifetime, but unfortunately, a lot of coaches don't get to experience this. So it's just amazing.
And now let's talk a little bit about the conference tournament, because obviously, for those that are out there who have been under a rock in the Trojan Nation, you won the conference championship against Little Rock in an amazing game. But before we get to Little Rock, let's talk a little about how you got there, because you had two games you had to play going into it, and it was, talk about, I guess, making your progression through the tournament to get to that championship game. So
I would say I would describe it as nothing was easy, but everything was perfect. That's the way I would describe it, because we came up against South Alabama first. The unspoken worry in the room was that we had lost the last 2 years in a row in the first game. So getting over that game, and South Alabama had beat us twice in the season. So getting over that game was a big leap. And we could not shoot the ball in that game. I mean, we shot our lowest percentage of the season. But thanks to our bench, we had some players come off the bench and help us, and we ended up pulling ahead, forcing 8 turnovers in a row at the end of the third, beginning of the fourth, and pulling out the win there. So it's like at that point we felt unstoppable. And
then, of course, the Arkansas State game, that was one of those, almost maybe probably one of the best games you played all season. So
Definitely. I felt like it was almost perfect. We shot great. They shot great. It was kind of like an NBA game. Everybody was scoring on both ends, just doing that, score. And they had some runs in there where they got ahead of us and got a lead, but the team never really let it get away from them. And just ended up beating the number 1 seed, the team that went 19-1 in the conference. They was a fully senior-laden team. It was supposed to be their year. We've been told over and over this was Arkansas State's year. And just to be able to get that win, it was huge.
And of course, Little Rock, the game that will live in infamy in Trojan history.
Bum.
But the thing was, once again, Arkansas State was such a great game, but then Little Rock,
that's a tough thing.
Ugly. It was a good thing. It's a way to make it.
Two things that worried me about that. First of all, it's very hard to get your emotions up. That was a program changer for us to beat Arkansas State in that tournament right there. So our emotions were high. It's not like you just beat any other team or a team's used to going to the tournament and winning 2 games in a row. So many firsts for us happened there, and we were so high and excited. I was so worried about the team's emotions, and I talked to them about that, about getting some rest, actually unplugging from your phone and getting some rest, hydration, let yourself come down from this. I was worried about getting up the next day and playing as well. And the other thing I was worried about is Joe Foley, the head coach from UALR. He's a mastermind at slowing the game down, which is what we hate. So those 2 things I was worried about, and both of them proved to be true to a certain extent. We came out not shooting well. We came out not playing well at all. And a lot of that's because they're so good. We needed our post players to play well. That wasn't their best game. We had post players come off the bench and do tremendous. Latia Filzame, she came in and did a tremendous job. And Caitlin Ramirez came back in there and did a pretty important thing at the end, though.
Very important. Well, let's talk about that last 20 or so seconds, because, the ABK, the heart of this team, gets the winning basket. And you really couldn't write the story. Everything that went down in the last 20 seconds was almost like picture perfect. Like it should be on a Hollywood screenplay or something like that.
You couldn't write it any better. And if you knew the backstory with Ashley Beverly Kelly taking the last shot, you wouldn't even believe it. But we have gone over and over and over with her as coaches about having the confidence to take the last shot, because for 3 years now she has never wanted the ball at the end. She's also an unbeatable once she gets going, but at the end she didn't want the ball, and we've talked about it. We've looked up psychological reasons for that. We've talked through everything we can. And at the end of that game, which is what you want to see, is growth in a player. At the right moment, she commanded the ball and took it in and scored like she was shooting off the gun, like a rebounder. Yep. And it was just a beautiful moment because we went ahead. after such a hard battle, but also because of the growth in her.
And then, of course, you take it down the other end of the court, 20 so seconds left on there, and there's a lot of time for Little Rock to score, and then Caitlin comes up big.
Yes, the timing was right. The player that shot it was right. Her angle was right. Her confidence level was right to do that, just to instinctively do that. Because if she would have fouled her, they would have won. They would have went to the free throw line probably and won. So just everything went right there. It was amazing.
It's an amazing experience, and I know the entire Trojan Nation is behind you as you're heading to Oregon State to play them in the first round of the tournament. I wish we could talk more. We're running out of time here, but everybody can tune in on Friday to see you guys in action against Oregon State.
Yes, we're very excited. We hope to make you proud.
I hope you make me proud, and I want to see a lot more games. I want to see at least maybe 4 or 5 more games on your schedule.
Why not?
So let's go for that. So Chanda, once again, congratulations and good luck this week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.